Just got a few more games with the purple-black Luffy today. This is very similar to my previous list. I have put the Usahachis in that I forgot about last time. Don't worry about it. I've also added a few of the Kaido. I think the Rush Kaido is pretty good in this deck. I have been quite impressed with him. Not so impressed by the Rush Luffy, ironically. Even though this is obviously searchable with the lore. I do think the Kaido is actually a lot better a lot of the time. Just getting you that double removal is often more valuable than drawing a card. In some of this deck's worst matchups, which is things like Purple Luffy and things like Doflamingo, those aggro decks can be a lot tougher. So I do think the Kaido is quite good. Other than that, this is unchanged. I've swapped the Surus for soldiers, just letting you hit that one higher, hit some breakpoints. On key cards like Beckman and Luffy Taro in combination with the Top Knot. And that's about it. Everything else is the same. One of the Nika, he comes up. I definitely wouldn't cut that in this deck specifically. But let me know what you think. Let's get into the games. Got a game up against Shanks. He chose first, unfortunately for us. We've got lore and we do have the Black Maria backup ramp. So I think we'll keep this. We'll be a little greedy to go for anything too much crazier. I think if we can find the Zoro, obviously that's the best line. But the Black Maria is a decent backup. And sometimes it can come up here and there. Never mind, I just got the lore. I am the GOAT. We'll deploy this lore. I think we'll grab one of these Sanjis. We're going to go from 4 to 5 and then draw to 7. So the Sanji will be quite nice on that turn after. To potentially rest something that he plays out on his 5. Maybe something like a Marco or a blocker even. 6 on 5. He's going to hold 2 up for the funny event, the Red Hawk. I'm tempted to counter this one, honestly, because we're going to be taking a swing next turn. So I'm going to counter this one while it's quite easy. If he wants to leave 2 up for Red Hawk, that's fine. We can just put a Don on the Zoro and swing anyway. And we do actually get a Black Sanji as well, so that's another nice option for next turn. We use the card action, send back 2, ramp, ramp, ramp. We'll put 1 Don on the Zoro, so we can't get got. Then we'll put 2 Dons on the leader, swinging for 7. He can give us leader effect and 2. I would probably just use the event if you have it, to be honest. Because it's going to be useless once he starts playing on curve. Which is presumably from this turn. He's not going to want to play worse cards to hold up 2 for a mid-event. So I would expect. Okay, just a Rayleigh. Wow, that is good for us. That's great for us. In fact, we can drop this Sanji and potentially attack into that. Get rid of it maybe, or we can just drop this Sanji. The possibilities are endless. I think we're going to go with this one because Ben punishes this a lot harder. 5 and 5. We'll take this hit. I'm not going to counter anymore. Not going to starve myself. This Top Knot will come in nice later. Not quite yet, but that's okay. So we'll go with the Sanji, use the card action, 1, 2. Rest, Rayleigh, ramp up, ramp up. I'm going to start by swinging 7 into 6. See if he wants to give us anything for that. We know one of the, or I suspect highly, that one of these is going to be a Red Hawk, excuse me. Given that he didn't use leader effect yet, there's not much points attacking this here, so I think we'll go 6 into the leader, and then we'll go 5 if he used the leader effect. He doesn't, so we'll just leave our Zoro up. If he's got Ben here, that'd be pretty good. Get rid of our Zoro, but there's no point tapping the Zoro, just in case he doesn't. We're gonna do Moria here, I think. We don't have anything good to summon. That kind of sucks. That does kind of suck. I mean, we can always just Sanji, get rid of the Rayleigh. It's okay. I think we'll counter this one. We'll give him the Maria. If he wants to swing with the Rayleigh, I'll take that one. But a lot of the time, people just don't like swinging with their blockers. Don't ask me why. It's not that good to just leave them standing up for the whole game. I don't really understand why people do it quite so much. But here we are. I'm not going to worry too much. So we could go Moria Zoro, get up to 10, hold 1 for Gum Gum. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I do like getting the clear on this Rayleigh. So we're going to have 5 for that. I probably will still hold 1 for Gum Gum. So we're going to need 6. We've got 3 more Don. We'll do the Sanji first, just so he doesn't have the blocker. We already have this Sanji, so we don't need to Don Leader quite yet. Then we'll go 7. See what he wants to do with that. We know one of these is the crappy Red Hawk. Again, I really do think you should just use it at the start of the game. He's given us 3 2Ks now, so that's quite a lot. I think I'll just do another 7. Because this is very likely to go through, and then we can do the Law and still hold 1 for Gum Gum. So we'll do the Law, grab. Unfortunately, we whiff. That sucks, but what can you do? We'll just hold 1 for Gum Gum. Don't know if we'll use it, but we've got the option now at least. Okay, there's a dragon. We're likely going to be using that Gum Gum at some point. 9 into 7. I think he's got it. I think he's got it. Our Moria next turn is ass. It's absolute ass. Truly is. There is nothing good to summon. Either way, what if we want to use this, get rid of the top knot? We then force this to go here, and then we just take the 6 at life. I think I'm going to do it just because our play next turn is terrible. I'm going to try and find something better. Trash the top knot, buff the Sanji. I mean, it's not a lot better, I'm not going to lie. That is not a lot better. We'll resolve that. Then I'm gonna take this 6, just, again, try and find something better. Frankie's... it's fine. It's not great, though. Might be the best play we've got. This Sanji doesn't remove anything at all, which is not amazing. Yeah, Mori is still just summoning a Zoro. I think we're going face, ignoring board, playing out this Frankie, and then next turn just going Nika. I think that's the angle. It's not good though, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Either way, I think it's what we've got. So let's go 4 for this, it's going to bring 1 back. So we're going to have 6 Don. We can afford to put 2 here and swing 8. 8's a pretty nice number into them. Just because if he wants to use leader effect, he has to give us 2 cards. So they get less value. I'm going to deploy the Frankie now, use the card action, send back 1, 2. Trash one of these Morias. That's not great. Game 1, game 1. Am I going to bluff Giant? I don't think I'm going to bluff Giant. I think we're just going to go 9 at face. Yeah, just going to go 9 at face. We know he's probably quite low on 2s, because he's already given us 3 2s. And he does take, so I think we've got a reasonable chance of winning next turn. It's not the highest, and there is every possibility that we die here, if he has a very efficient way to remove the Frankie. But he doesn't, it's just the Shanks. So that's not so bad. This is going down regardless. Right? Yeah, we only have 3k counter, so we could defend this here, but then we can't defend it from anything else anyway. So let's just go no blocker, resolve. We'll take these 2. And, well no, we may as well block with this, because this is -1 now. Yeah, so we'll give him 1 here. No blocker. Just give him 1 with the law. Chance of us winning is very low. I will tell you that for free. We'll go no blocker, resolve. Oh, was that useful? No, definitely not, because that sets us back to 7 Don. We'll go no blocker, resolve, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We get a toy soldier there. Sure. And we're just going for game now. We'll attack for fun. Just on the off chance he griefs. Very smart. Then we'll go Nika. Lloyd, use the card action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Return all them. Game 1, game 1. Use this. Game 1. Swing in for 6. You can give us leader effect 1 here, would be the smartest. You don't want to give a 2 here. You want to give a leader effect 1, because he gets the leader effect again on the next turn. Smart play. See, that's a good play. That is a good play. Then we'll end the turn. We'll do this, because, I mean, we may as well. We've got nothing worth doing, so let's just attach all active Don. Swing in for 10, then swing in for 11, see if we get there. Unlikely, but you never know. It's the best we've got, right? Do we dare to believe? Damn, he had a lot of counter. Well played to our opponent. We'll just hit him with the concede. Good game. Wow, it was close as well, because he top decked this. He had exact counter. Damn, that was very close. That was a good game, though. That was a really good game. Especially, like, our Moria on that 9 Don turn was just worthless. So we hadn't seen the Frankie yet to trash. And whiffing the Law Search as well was pretty bad. And he got to go first, which was pretty good for him. Yeah, either way, well played to our opponent. That was a really close one. I do think he should have used that Gum Gum Red Hawk at the start, though, instead of giving us the Sanji 2k. Okay, got a game against BY. They chose to go second, rather predictably. I think this is fine. We can ramp up with the Maria. We've got the Black Sanji, which is always nice. We've got Frankie. I think we'll keep this one. Obviously, we don't have the 3-cost Zoro, but it's not the end of the world in this matchup. This is not one where we need to go particularly fast. Gum Gum Giant's nice. We're just going to go with this. We use the effect. Gain all 5. I'm not going to attack him just yet. We'll return all these. Game 1, game 1. So it's nice. It's a nice backup ramp, just as a 2k. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Next turn, 5 on 5. I think I'm going to do the Frankie next turn. Not sure what he's got for 4. That'll be interesting to find out. I think I'll take this one. We get a Sanji. He's quite good, actually. He's quite strong. Going to be able to rest one of their units that they play. Okay, Kuzan's good. Kuzan's good. We're not going to do the Frankie in that case. We're going to get rid of it with the Sanji. For sure. We'll deploy this. Get rid of that. I think I will attack in this turn. I'm not usually a fan of attacking them at all. But I think on this occasion I am, because we have the Sanji for next turn. Looks like he got some trigger. Raigo killing our Maria. Why would you not kill the Sanji? Whatever. He killed the Maria. That's fine. I don't know why he did that. Never mind. Not going to think too hard. Either way, trigger. It is a little cringe, but at least it's a card out of his hand. I wasn't really relying on this Maria. Obviously. So, you know, it's not the worst. We'll see what 5-cost he plays out here. Could be Trash Luffy, could be Sabo. Either way, I think we're going to just rest it. 5 on 5, we'll give him the Frankie. We can resummon that anytime with the Moria. So getting that in the trash is actually pretty nice. He's got the Garp. Looking for some of his combo pieces, no doubt. Grabs a baby Luffy. Okay. Just a Sabo. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go with the Sanji this turn for sure. And we'll go from there, see how many cards he's willing to give us to defend this Sabo. What did he trash? He trashed an Egghead and an Event. Okay. One-Legged Soldier's nice as well. That's a really nice one to get in the trash for if we ever draw our top knots. You can also use this in combination with Sanji to rest a 9, which is not particularly relevant, but it is nice to know. I'm going to go with the Sanji. Use the card action. 1, 2. Rest Sabo. Ramp back up. Then I'm going to go with 7 because they don't like giving their 2Ks. They really don't like giving their 2Ks to us because their 2Ks is what lets them activate. If he wants to give us 2K, brilliant. If not, I then have the option to not tap my characters. Which, I'm still debating whether I want to or not. I think we're going to swing with the bigger Sanji. He lets it go. Are we going to swing? I'm not sure we should. I think we just pass. I think we just end it there. Don't worry too much. See what he's got. on his 8 Don turn. Next turn is the Moria turn. But, I mean, he's still at 3 life, so his Moria is not going to be doing very much unless he can get that down swiftly. Basically mandatory that he finds the 5-cost Trash Luffy this turn, I think. If he has like a Hiyori to put it in life, that would be optimal, for sure. Because he'd be able to buff his leader to give him that little bit of defense. And still get the Trash Luffy out, get his life down to 1. 1 and 7 seems really good for him here. Okay, but it's not Hiyori, just a Nami. Do we want to counter this 5? I think we do. We'll just give him this. Don't value that very highly. And interestingly, he's not using this. I wish we had some way to punish that. But alas, we don't. We simply don't. So we're definitely going to hold one up for Gum Gum Giant. This Usohachi is going to be nice next turn for resting the Nami. Then we'll go 5 at life. See what he wants to do with that. I guess we could play the Usohachi this turn and rest the Luffy. Do we have one in Trash? We don't. If I had one in Trash, I'd be very tempted to Moria and resummon it. That could be interesting. Either way, we'll see what he wants to do with this 5 first. Because if he takes, we can always Usohachi his Nami. And we'd have 7 Don. So we could go like... does take. Okay, so if we were to go all out this turn, we can rest that we'd get him down to 0, but we wouldn't be able to win. So there's no point, right? No, there's absolutely no point. What am I talking about? Yeah, what am I talking about? So if we go with the Zoro, we can then still go with the Moria. That seems best. That seems best. Then we've got a good amount of attacks next turn. So we'll... Do we want to tap anything? Do we want to attack with the San... No, we don't want to attack with the Sanji because it lets him clear life for free. With the Trash. I wish we could get rid of this. I wish we could get rid of this. Maybe I should have saved the Sanji. Unsure. Either way, I'm going to use this. We're going to send back 2. Oh no, that's a grief. I need to send back 1 because we're doing the Frankie. Never mind. Game 1, game 1. Sure, why not? I guess we're not using Gum Gum Giant this turn. That's kind of okay, though, I guess. Nah, who am I kidding? It's not optimal. And in fact, yeah, this was really bad, because now I don't have anything good to trash. I guess we'll trash a Giant. Get this. I don't want the Soldier. Cancel. Do I just want to just not use this? Do we ever just not use this? We could. No, we're in no danger of dying, so we don't need the Giant this turn. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We'll trash one of these Giants, draw a couple cards, and then we'll just end the turn. So we got a decent board for next turn. I definitely think I could have played that turn better. We also could have potentially just held the Sanji for the trash Luffy. But either way, it is what it is. We've done it now. So he can do this if he has... Well, if he wants to Moria... Oh, and this Don should have been on leader. This is a comedy of errors. So if this Don was on leader, he can't egghead my Frankie. Yeah, lots of mistakes here. Lots of mistakes. But, you know, it's good to pick up on them. At least I'm picking up on them. And... yeah, so I think the better play this turn would have been to just not play the Zoro. Use the Moria, summon the Frankie, trash the Zoro. Never mind, that was a Raigo. He lost a Moria from life. That's quite good, actually. What was that? That was the Luffy effect. Trashes a Flompe. He's only going to be able to go to 7. He can clear the Frankie with the Egghead. Is he done it the wrong way around? Or is this intentional? This must be intentional. Okay, okay. This is strange. Trashes a Luffy and something else. A Sabo. Sorry, no, a Luffy. So we've got an 8 and a 9. We can't counter any of them. We'll take this one. And do we want to block with Frankie? I think we do. I think we do. Shirahoshi's not bad. I'd like to get rid of this. Still don't have any removal. No, drawing no top knots is not great. I think we're looking for another Frankie blocker for sure. He's only at 7, so I think we're going to start with a 7 from this. Get a card out of his hand at least, or one of these blockers. Because we are still threatening game, right? We are still threatening game. Oh, sorry. Go 1 Don here. I'm going to go for another... Yeah, I'm going to go for another 7. Give us another 1k. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with a law, see what we get. That's terrible. I wish I could get this top knot. All we can get is a Sanji. If we do 7-7, we can still establish Shirahoshi. I really want that Frankie though. That Frankie would be so good. And we've only seen one. I'm gonna dig again. There's the Frankie. That's nice. That is good. So we can now do 7 with the Zoro. 4 for the Frankie, and we can still do 7 with the leader. We won't be holding 1 for Gum Gum Giant, but with a blocker, I don't think we're in much danger. Maybe I shouldn't attack this. Shouldn't just done 8 with the leader. He's gonna block though. Get rid of that's fine. Yeah, either way, we're going with the Frankie. We've committed to that. We'll replace this. Use the card action. 1, 2. Trash the Zoro for sure. Gain 1. Gain 1. Now, how much danger are we in of dying? If he has Ace... if he has Ace, I think we die. We're definitely putting 1 here. I do want to attack once more, I'm not going to lie. But if we force this to stay, it can only clear the Zoro. That's a tough call. It's a tough call. Because we really want to keep this Usahachi as well, right? Yeah, I think we'll just pass, unfortunately. I'm not sure what the right one was on that turn. That previous turn, I definitely made some mistakes. But this turn, I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure what the right play was there. Hopefully he doesn't have Moria, but they always have it. They always have it. And this is obviously a very good turn for Moria. Seeing no top knots is rough. Okay, he's just going to trash it to draw a card. So, if he wants to go to 9, he will be at 0 life at least, which is relevant. There's the Moria. Sabo, Luffy. Yep, very standard stuff, but he's going to have to play over some... No, he's not going to have to play over something. Don't worry about it. I'm yapping. You can do that, get rid of the Zoro, get rid of... Yep, get rid of the Zoro. Then he can Sabo. Crash it to Raigo. And a Luffy. So he's got an 11 and a 8. We're going to Gum this and then block the 8. Yeah. No blockers. Gum Giant. 1, 2. Trash the Sanji. Buff this. Resolve. Well, that might just be our only way to win. Double Usahachi. It's not likely. It's very not likely. I don't know how many more turns we can survive. I'm going to block that. If we get a top knot, then we're in a reasonable spot. Maybe we just gamble and look for the top knot. Because if we don't... If we block this and go for game and don't get it, we lose. If we block this, don't go for game, play out like some blockers, still not in a good spot. I'm not going to block. I'm going to take it. Law's not what I wanted. That is also not what I wanted, but we could choose to block her up now. We could choose to block her up. Play another Frankie. We won't die. We can't really get many meaningful attacks through on him, though. We could do a 9 with Sanji. And then not much else. That'd be 2. This was 3, so that's 5. I guess we can do 2 swings. It's not too bad. And then hold one up for Gum Gum. It might be the best play. I think it probably is. We'll go 9 into 9. He's got to give us something. One of these blockers, one of his cards. Yeah, I think going aggro here is just not going to happen. If we do 6 for that, we'd only have 11 at face. It's just not likely. He blocks with that. Okay. So we can do 4 for this. Yep, use the card action. 1, 2. Trash. This crappy Sanji again. Get another Gum Gum. Game 1. Now if we could go 9 into 8, try and clear this. I think that would be reasonable. Because I'm not worried about the Nami. We can rest the Nami for 3. It's either 9 into 9 or 9 into 8, right? I think I'd like to get rid of this. And this requires slightly more of him. Okay, so we at least get a 2k over getting a 1k. So that is something. Maybe I could have attacked the Sanji into that as well. But either way, he just blocked that one, so it didn't really matter. Then he got 5 cards. Again, he really can't go for game now because we've got 2 blockers. 9 into 5, we'll just give him one of the blockers. We're going to be using one of them anyway. I feel like we might as well use it now. If we can save the Sanji, that's going to be best. He's going to have another Moria. Trash Nami. Okay, going to summon Luffy Sabo. A classic. Oh, okay, no Moria, so they're just coming from hand. Okay. Well, this Egghead can't clear anything other than the Law. What did he ditch? He ditched a brother's... He did ditch the Law to draw a card, though. Smart play. Smart play. Excuse me. So we've got 10 into 7. Then we're going to have big number into 7. We have to counter this one. No blocker. Gum Gum Giants. 1, 2. Trash. I guess the Law. Buff this. Resolve. Ooh, Nika. That's going to be the move. After he finishes his turn, I need to... When do these buffs end? I can never remember. Until the end of your opponent's turn. So if we Nika, they go away, right? What are these 2 Dons for? I'm sure. If we Nika though, he still has 2 blockers, which we can't deal with unless we draw top knot. So I think we have to save this. And I don't know how much do I value this Frankie? Not very highly, I think. Not very highly. Yep. Get rid of it. Not sure if that's correct or not, but we'll see. We'll see. I also don't know what these two Dons are doing. A Brothers Bond event, maybe? He's already trashed 2, right? Playing out a baby brother would be terrible. That would be terrible. So we can do the same thing again, right? We can Usahachi both these blockers. And then swing 11. We're not finding those top knots, man. Those top knots would be so good. Those top knots would be very strong. If we go 9, and he blocks with something, then what do we have? We have Usahachi, and it's just another, it's just an 11. I mean, we can Moria, bring back the Frankie again, bring back a Law, maybe get some more cards. We do have a lot of counter. Moria might be the move. Swing into this Luffy and go with the Moria. That might be the move, actually. Yeah, I think it is. I think that is going to be the play. So we'll do. What are we gonna hang on? Think. Let me think. Right, we got 8 for Moria. He brings back 1 with the Frankie. That's the one we need for Gum Giant, just in case. So we've got 2 Don. So we can only attack with this Sanji anyway. So I guess it may as well go into this to get either a blocker or a 2. Yeah. Yeah, we'll attack the Trash Luffy. Just give us a 2 there. Okay, well, let's go with the... Yeah, let's go with the Moria. Frankie active and Law rested. Law search first. We get a 2k. Very nice. Frankie, use the card action. 1, 2. Trash. Well, it's not this. It's not Nika. It's got to be one of these Shirahoshis. We actually go down on counter there. That's pretty cringe. But I guess not too unexpected. If he has an Egghead, a baby Luffy in hand to combo with the Egghead and clear our Frankie, we do get a little punished by this play. But it is what it is. How many of him did he use? He's used 1, 2, 3. He's used 3 already. We know he doesn't have Moria because he didn't use Moria last turn. So I think the chance of him having the baby Luffy is fairly low. I'm just going to block with the Frankie now, in case he has some crazy way to get rid of it, which I don't want to deal with. We've got enough counter for like 3 games anyway. This has been a really good game though. Usually I don't like playing into BY, but this has been a surprisingly good game. 11 into 5, how many has he got left? 6, so you can do another 11. I don't think we're ever getting a hit bigger than this 11, so we'll take this. No trigger there. We get a 1-legged toy soldier. Still none of the top knots. I so hope we top deck a top knot. How many have we sent? I think we sent a couple to the bottom, didn't we? Very early on. I want to say we did. He trashes a Luffy to get 2 life, which is valid. It is valid. Just puts a couple of Luffys there. Could summon one. Nope. Just going to go 11 into face. We'll go 1 for Gum Giant. 1, 2. Trash. This crappy Zoro. Buff this. There's the top knot. Very nice. Right, and we'll give him the soldier. Trash that. And we'll give him the Shirahoshi. And then all our dudes stand up. Very nice. So we can go... We have pretty much guaranteed game here, right? Yep, we can do the Don -2, get rid of the Nami. Rest the Sabo. With the Usahachi. There's no reason to do Nika, I don't think. We'd have 6, 7, 9. He doesn't gain any of these though, does he? Either way, let's get rid of the Nami. Return 1, 2. Get rid of the Nami. Game 1 active, game 1 rested. I'm going to rest the Sabo. Then we're going to go 7. And this will be guaranteed game. We've done the math now. If he wants to counter this, we have enough swings, no problem. Because he doesn't gain any of these cards, they go straight to the bottom of the deck. That was a really good game against the BY, actually. That was a really good game. You know, I maybe took me a little bit longer than it should have for me to put it together. But we got there. We got there. I just got to wait for him to decide what he's going to do now. Yeah, we're pretty low on time. I took a lot of time thinking on those last couple of turns. But, yeah, it is what it is. And he does counter. Very nice. We'll go 6 now. Then we'll go 9. And then we'll go just a nice 5. Very nice. Good win against our opponent there on the BY. Well played. Really close game. But we were able to win that one there. If you're still watching, do consider subscribing for more purple-black Luffy gameplay. Okay, Doflamingo, definitely going to be one of our tougher matchups. I'm going to go first. We look for Zorojuro. I see him, so we're going to keep. Looking to play the Black Sanji after the Zorojuro, so we'll play out the Law. We don't get anything. We don't get anything there actually. We completely whiff, which is not good. But what can you do? We'll end the turn. See what he's got on 2. See if he's got any Peronas, Sengokus. There's a Perona, so likely nothing else. While he does his stack. So this turn, we're just going to do the Zoro. I'm not going to starve. I don't think it's worth it in this matchup. But yeah, we're really looking to see that Black Sanji on the turn afterwards. I might even be tempted to take the 5. Just because we really do want to see that. We're going to go to the 3 to 4, draw to 6. So it's a little awkward. It is a little awkward if you don't draw that Sanji. There's not a lot. There's a Sanji. It's not quite the one I was looking for, though. We're going to deploy this, use the card action, send back 2, game 1, game 1, game 1. And then we'll attack in 4-7. Nothing too crazy. We'll get that first life out of him. End the turn. And we're just hoping to draw the Black Sanji. If we don't get it, we don't get it. He does have... Okay, that's not optimal, but it's still pretty good. I think we'll take just because we have nothing to do. Well, that's not what I want. What is this? I'm sorry, man. What the hell is that? Okay, well, in that case, I guess we're just splitting, right? Yeah, let's go 5 with Law. This is terrible. I might just include this one just to show off how shocking this hand was. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with a hand like this, but we'll see. Well, you never know. He gave us 2 Sengokus there. That can't be right. That can't be right. I guess he really didn't want to go down that low on life, but... that seems weird. Goes another Perona, so we'll likely see a 7 and then maybe a 6 and a 5 and a 7. Here's the 7. Gets a Weevil. Do we want to take the 7 or do we want to counter this? I think we'll just take this one. We're going to be taking at least 1 hit anyway. So I think making it that one. I don't want to take any more, so we'll give him this and this. And then if he swings with a Jinbei, we'll just give him... yep, you get that. That's no problem at all. Does he... Yeah, presumably you swing with the Jinbei. No? No. We'll give him the Frankie, because I do think the Frankie is going to be nice to have in the trash for when we find our... Well, if we find our Warriors. Well, we got 7 for Sanji. He's going to restand 1. We've got 1 more for fun. So I think we'll go 5 at the Moria. Just going to try and remove as many of his dudes as possible. Then we're going to go with the Sanji, use the card action, send back 2, rest this, I guess, for fun. Game 1, game 1. Then we can either do 6-8 or we can do 7-7. I think 7-7 is going to be more valuable. So we'll do 7 into the Moria. Unfortunately, he does save that. I did sort of think he might not have enough after he gave us all those cards last turn. But what can you do? In that case, I'm going to go 7 into the Weevil. Greed a little bit. Very nice. At least we got 1k extra advantage there. Because he didn't have any 2ks left in his hand. Does deploy the Sengoku. Gets a Buggy. Okay, that's not too scary, but he is going to be doing some pretty crazy swings this turn. You've got to imagine. It's going to be at least probably 7-7-7. Which doesn't look... Okay, 8 makes it a little easier for us, I think. And he whiffs. He reveals a pudding, so that's always nice to see. If this is 8-8, we can counter. If it's 8-7-6, we can also counter. So this is the one we take. We do at least get a 2k, which is quite nice. 8-5, you can definitely have that. I'm not that worried about him. 5-5, we're definitely not giving you that. I think we're going with the Luffy this turn, but I do kind of like keeping the Sanji for next turn. So I'm actually going to give him the Maria here. So I do think the Sanji might be useful next turn. We also get that Sanji, which is quite good. But no, I think we're definitely going to go with the Luffy. We'll start with 7-5. If he wants to keep this, that would be quite interesting. We're going to go with the deploy on this. Turn 2. We draw a Gum Gum Giant, which is awesome. So I think we'll go 6 at the Jinbei. See if he lets it go or not. Might choose to keep, that's fine. We're removing the Jinbei anyway. We're going to go 10-5. And I think we're in a decent spot now. I do think our opponent's made some very questionable plays. Especially after our shocking 6-Don turn. But we have to counter this. We'll give the Sanji. We do have to counter this. It's mandatory. Don't really want to go cleaning up these weenies next turn, but if we have to do it, we have to do it. Well, that's probably going to go through. Is that the Moria? Also Mihawk. We know he has a Buggy as well, so we can decline this with the Gum Gum Giant. And I think it's pretty smart too. I do think keeping this Sanji is going to be pretty good, because it's going to let us clear this Moria and still have decent pressure at board. Sorry, at face. I would be trashing the black Sanji. We could just let it go, play the black Sanji to clear the Moria. Yeah, we probably let this go, actually. We probably let this go. I think saving the Gum Gum Giant is going to be quite important. And there's another black Sanji. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we'll go... We already control a big character, so we don't need to do a dominant leader. We could play out 2 of them and remove the Moria and something else, for mostly for fun. I do think getting a little bit of damage at his face is going to be pretty important, though. So I think we'll go 9. So we know he has 2 2Ks. Just on the off chance that he wants to use 2 2Ks to get out of an 8. And yeah, we'll drop this Sanji, remove the Moria. Luffy's going to swing at face as well. Hopefully we get him down to 1. That would be really cool. We're going to swing with the Luffy next, just in case there's any crazy Raging Tiger triggers. He wants to counter this one. It'd be quite expensive. Yep, we'll deploy the Sanji. Get rid of the Moria. End the turn. Very hard for him to go for game still. Only got the weenies. We've got one for the Gum Gum Giant. Do think we're in a strong spot here. Here's a 5. We'll go no on that one. We'll give him the Usahachi. Another 5. So if this is just 9, we can get out of that no problem. So I'm going to take to just try and bait him into going for it. Yep, we're going to hit him with the Gum Gum Giant. 1, 2. Trash the Sanji. Buff the leader. And then I'll give him the soldier. Very nice. And we should be able to clean this up here. With any luck. We'll go... So we know he has 2 2Ks. That's something we do need to be aware of. So we can go 11-14. Oh, sorry, 11, 7, 13. That seems pretty good. Let's go 7 first. Get a couple cards out of him. Then we'll go 11, then we'll just go 13. This 11 should always go through. If he has 2-2-2... if he has 2-2-2-1, then we don't win here. It doesn't look like he had that. So we'll take the win. Very nice. Yeah, he had a couple of bricks there. He had the Red Rock and the Raging Tiger. Interesting. I'm intrigued that he didn't play this Red Rock, although I guess it maybe have been the life. Unsure. Either way, well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Okay, we've got the rematch against that same Doflamingo player. Unfortunately, I'm getting a little bored of Doflamingo, but it is what it is. He's going first. That hand's terrible. That hand's not much better. We don't have the purple Zoro, unfortunately. He doesn't have a stacker, though. So there's every chance that he doesn't hit leader effect into something crazy next turn. Obviously, unless he has the teach. Either way, we unfortunately have nothing on 2, no law searchers. So it is what it is. If he has the teach, we know he has that Jinbei. That would be scary. It looks like he's just going to YOLO. Just hits a croc. We'll take this for sure. No, I am not using the trigger on that. Definitely not. Now, do we want to establish a Frankie, or do we want to just swing into the croc? If we do top knot, we actually... No, we only go to 3, so we can't Frankie. I do kind of like getting the Frankie blocker down, though. Get one of these bricks out of our hand, try and find something a little better. We do have the Sanji for next turn. We know he's going to play Jinbei next turn, right? We know he's always playing Jinbei. So he's only got 5-6. So we can't really counter that, though, can we? Because we have no counter. I think I'm going to go with the Frankie. As much as it seems a little weird. Use the card action. Send back 2. We'll trash the Nika. I think is the worst card here. Game 1. Then we'll just go 6 into the croc. He can give us a 2k, but it is what it is. I think this is better than just killing the croc. If he has Jinbei Law, we kind of get punished, but... Oh no, we don't, because this is a 5 cost. This is actually a 5 cost, so that's actually better than expected. So we can do 6-6 or 7-5. We'll have to see. I don't mind blocking with the Frankie here. I'm not too opposed to that. That would be fine, I think. 7, do we want to just block? I think it's fine to just block. I don't want to take, because we're going to get pudding, like, obliterated by pudding if I take. So I think I'll just block. And then we'll counter this 5. Yeah, we'll give him the other Frankie blocker, sadly. But that's okay. We get a Zoro. Zoro's pretty good. We could go with Zoro top knot here. That would remove one thing. Get us that, it wouldn't get us a ramp, but it would keep us on level pegging. We go with just the Sanji, we can destroy the boa and do 6 into the croc. We go with the top knot Zoro, we can get rid of the boa and likely get rid of the croc as well. But I do think that's slightly better. So we're going to go with this. Turn 1, 2, get rid of boa. Game 1. Then we're going to go with Zoro, use the card action, just send 1 back. No optional, gain 1 active. And then with this last 3, I'm just going to slam into the crocodile. I think that was about the best line. He's going to save it, though. That's a little spooky. We do only have 2k counter. Next turn, we're going to be on 8. So we've got a few different options. Just a Weevil there. Maybe 5-5-7. I wouldn't love that because we can't really counter the 5s. We only have 1 2k. So we're going to have to take 2 swings. But he's making it easy for us, so this is a little bit of a misplay. You need to swing these 5s first, and here is why. Because we can counter 1 of the 5s, we can't currently counter 2 of the 5s. If this card is a counter card, we can now counter out both swings. And it is, so we can now counter out both 5s, and we will counter out both 5s. We'll give him that. Resolve, and then we'll give him the Maria. So there's a perfect example of why it's really important to get your attacks in the right order. Because otherwise you're going to get done by something like that. And that was for no reason, right? There was absolutely no reason. So I think here we just need to clear as much as possible. We can go with the top knot, we can go with the Sanji, and then we can slam in. Seems reasonable. I would kind of like to hold one up for Gum Gum Giant. But we might not be able to, but the amount of counter we have is shocking. It truly is shocking. So if we do this, we're going to have 2 Dons. We may as well slam 5 first. We'll attack one of these Crocs. See if he wants to let it go. He doesn't. Gives us a Law. Okay. I'm going to go with the top knot. Turn 1, 2. Get rid of the Weevil. Game 1, game 1. Then we'll Don Leader. 5 for Sanji to destroy one of these Crocs. We destroy the other Croc. If we do 7, we pretty much guaranteed get the removal. But then he still has 2 swings. We don't have any counter, man. This is really bad. This is very bad. I don't think I can, in my right mind, do that. I think we have to just swing 6 and hope it dies. If it doesn't, and it did die, so the gamble sort of paid off, but I do think it was just correct. I don't think it was too crazy of a gamble. He's going to play Moria, see what he grabs back. Maybe just the one of the 2Ks. Yeah, I guess the Mihawk. Goes with the Weevil. That's interesting. So his swings are going to be very small. Not that it matters, because we don't have any counter, but hey-ho. So we will have to take the... yeah, you can have that. That's smart, actually. And he's leaving his guy up. Okay, that's interesting. Well, now we go with Kaido, for sure. We get rid of the Weevil, and we start applying pressure to the life. Yeah, this is pretty... is it Kaido? It might be Luffy. What can we get with Moria, right? We can get Frankie. That's about it. I think it's Kaido, even though we're not going to go back to 10. Just because we need to alleviate some pressure. We have no counter still. Maybe it's Moria in that case. I think it's Moria, actually. I think it's Moria. It's a little shame we haven't seen anything for 1. But we can at least get the Frankie back. Ditch the Black Sanji. And go from there. So we'll swing 6. If he gives us a 2, that would be absolutely fine. I doubt he will, though. Would seem foolish to me. Maybe he does. Never mind, I lied. We're going to go 7 now. We'll get 1 swing through. And then we'll go with the Moria. He should... What? Paid actor. This guy's a paid actor. We might still just lose anyway, though, because this counter situation is not good. Use the card action. 1, 2. We'll ditch the Sanji. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. We've got a little bit of counter now. We've still got the Gum Gum Giant. Yeah, that was a paid actor move. You never do this. You never do this. Yeah, I'm tempted to not even include this game, because that was just terrible. You should... I sort of maybe understand countering the first, but countering the second was stupid. 9 into 5. I think we are supposed to just block this one for fear of full-cost Law. Full-cost Law is probably the scariest thing right now. 9, we'll take this one. That's no problem. Just a Shirahoshi. 5, we'll give up the Shirahoshi here. That's okay, I think. Could have maybe given him the Law. It's kind of whatever. 8, yep, we're using the Gum Gum Giant on that one. 1, 2. Trash the... I genuinely think we need both of these. I'm going to trash the Law, as much as it might be a little risky. I thought we did draw another Kaido, so I guess I could have trashed the Kaido on that. But hey ho, we went to no, right? We went to no. So if we're going to do Luffy, we want to keep We'll go 6 into Moria. Get the clear on that. Yep. We'll get the clear on the Weevil. That is a freebie. Then we'll go with the Luffy. Deploy that. Return 1, 2. Game 1, game 1. Unfortunately, we didn't draw a giant, but that's okay. I might drop this law. Just to try and dig a little bit deeper. We just get a Sanji, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. We'll go 5 on 5. See if he wants to defend it. We're going to clear it anyway with the Luffy. That's crazy. It's crazy business. We're going to hold one up, of course. May as well bluff the giant, I think. Especially with how weird his last turn was. He should 100% just be doing like a big swing. 7 into 5. We have to counter... Excuse me. We have to counter this. We'll give him that and the Sanji. He's going to get us to 0 here, provided he doesn't just grief an attack board. Never mind. Never mind. He should 100. He's got to get us to 0 there. This is a crazy game. Yeah. No comments. No comment. So we're definitely playing out the Shirahoshi just to have a blocker. We'll start with clearing this. Then we'll clear this. I think I'll develop this. Use the card action. If we return 2, we game 1, and game 1 for fun, even though we can't actually do it. Do we want to develop another one of these just to have very likely game next turn? I think we do. We'll deploy this, use the card action, send back 1, and no optional, game 1 active. We need 4 for Shirahoshi. We'll go 7 at life. I'm still going to bluff the Gum Gum Giant, and you never know, we could get it off the life. Deploy this over the law. Put that there for fun. End the turn. I mean, we have 0 counter, but we have 1 life, 1 blocker. Unless he can bounce the blocker with the law, we're in a good spot. And if he plays the law from hand, that's 4. So we only have 6 left. It'd be like 6, 7. Which, there's every chance we get a bit of counter off the life. It'd have to be the giant. We've only seen 1 giant so far, right? So, there's a decent chance we see one. Okay, I mean, that will potentially do it. You can do 5-5. Wait, what? Why didn't you return the Shirahoshi? That's a mistake. Well, we just take it slow, right? We can play out the Kaido next turn, so we'll block here. We play out the Kaido to remove the Sengoku, and then we're in no danger, lest he has Rush Usopp, I suppose. But he's not going to have that. So Kaido's going to do 9. We'll put 1 here and swing. Now we can afford to swing 7 if we do the Kaido first. Use the card action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll kill the Sengoku. Game 1 active, game 1 rested. We don't have Gum Gum Giant and there's no danger, so now we can do 7 into the Mihawk. Pick up the KO on that. And then we just do 9, 10, 10 at life. Get him down to 1. I don't see a way for our opponent to get back into this now. They've griefed constantly. Really, some really big mistakes, honestly. Really big mistakes. But hey, it is what it is. You can only beat what's in front of you, right? You can only beat what's in front of you. Probably will have this as like a bit of a bonus game though, because this is quite embarrassing. Can't really include this as one of the main games, right? Would be a little grief, I think. Where's this going? Into one of these dudes, no doubt. I mean, at this point, that is the correct play, but I mean, he YOLO'd into a Jinbei, that's quite funny. No Boa though, just a Moria. He's going to draw a Buggy 2k. Okay, well, yep, you get the Luffy, no problem at all. I'm going to start with 9. Keep your options open, because we can always do Kaido again, remove the Moria, and kill the Jinbei. Okay, there's a 10. So if we do, I think we do this 10 now. If he can counter this, then we change our plan. So no, it's just going to be 14. If he has 5 2Ks, so be it. If you have 5 2Ks, you can win. No, he doesn't. Very nice. Okay, well, you know, a win's a win, but definitely not the most competitive opponent. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of those games. I think that BY game, I definitely griefed a lot in. That matchup is one I've not played a lot of. I've played a lot of decks into BY, of course, but not specifically this. We also just weren't seeing the top knot. The top knot is really good in that matchup, because you just get to bottom deck their stuff. And obviously they're protected from KO, so this Black Sanji is quite useless after the first few turns. The draws at the start of the game were also not ideal, but it was fine. It is what it is. Either way, I think that game was really good. Shanks game was really close. I really enjoyed that one. Don't think there was anything I could have done better there, but do let me know if you spotted a line I didn't. And yeah, like I say, the Doflamingo player might have griefed a little bit, but hey, we've all been there. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.